Good morning, good morning. Thank you for waking up with Bunny. I have my coffee, I have my water, I've got X Twitter open, and I'm ready to jump into what in the world is going on in our neck of the woods. I am so excited that you guys are getting in the habit of waking up with me. That makes me super happy. All right, let's see what the world has to offer today. It's gonna be fun, I'm sure. Guys, keep sending me suggestions for great follows, okay? I want to get your take on who I should add to these lists so I'm trying really hard to not just look at the same people every single day so that we can really keep things fresh and change things up and always kind of come at this with a new perspective. So keep sending me ideas of great people that you would like me to follow on here so that we can have everyone covered and get full on girl brain perspective on everything that's being posted across the Twitter sphere, the X sphere. Let's see. I don't know what that is. If it's important, I'll be told about it. I don't know what zero resistance is, but apparently this is a good way to wake up. We'll take this. Happy Thursday. No risk, no story. You know, so often the best stories at the end of life or after you've had some success have started with struggle, and there's no way around that. That doesn't make it fun when you're going through it, and it doesn't make it easy to remember when you're in the middle of it. But if it's not the truth that no stories are ever like, I woke up, I had the easiest life ever, this thing fell in my lap, it was successful for a lifetime, and here I am. There's always struggle involved. There's always risk involved, and that's what creates the story. That's what creates the wins. That's what creates the successes. Whew. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this from a dating and attraction and relationship standpoint. The ultimate measure of a man is discipline and self-control. In the realm of relationships, dating, attraction, dread, even long-term relationships, marriages, you have to have some self-control and you have to have some control over the situation and the people involved, all the players involved, whether that's a woman, whether that's your family, whether that's your entire household, or just yourself. Self-control goes a long way in the respect and admiration that you get from your significant other, from the girls you're dating, from your wife, as well as extended family, friends, in professional realms. Discipline goes a long way. You've got to create healthy habits that create in you a disciplined self. Because let me tell you, there's no one who thinks highly or respects a man who does not have self-awareness and self-control. All that being said, all that being said, a little unhinged part of you goes a long way. But it's a controlled unhingedness. Does that make sense? So there needs to be a little bit, like a 5% sense of danger about you, sense of we need to be cautious what we say around him, sense of we need to respect him because he could rip our heads off. A sense of, I don't want to piss Dad off, because when he gets mad, he grounds me and he actually sticks by it. There's all of these things that go into play in the realm of a man having great self-control and great self-discipline, but also having a slight measure of possibility of being unhinged. As you can tell, literally the sunrise just broke through the buildings. My goodness, that was quite bright. So keep all of this in mind, because in attraction, if you can have a small measure of unhingedness, of unpredictability, it's a win for everyone. Let's see. Stephen's story always has good stuff. Talking about tucked shirts. That's pretty exciting. We've got a lot of success stuff on this list. Let's see. I've got to move. I'm gonna get blinded if I don't move a little bit. Let's do that. In case you're wondering, how to have glowing skin. Ooh, guys, morning ice baths. That's just rough. Okay, we need to go. I think this list is rubbish. Give me suggestions for who you would like to see me follow. That is awesome. Okay. This is so fun. So Sarah Beth is awesome. I've reminded you again and again that we had a great conversation on the Bunny interviews. And she and I are actually going to start our own show, just a monthly show, like not seriously frequently, but it's always gonna be with sex on the brain. So I'm excited about that. Once she gets through with her show that she's prepping for, the bikini show, and has that behind her, because that's a lot of stress and that's a lot going on. So once she has that under wraps, we are going to launch our show, and it's going to be so much fun. And it's all going to be sex talk from two very sexually enthusiastic girls who know what men like, and we know how to make it all come together in a very happy package. So we are excited to launch that show. She is getting love bombed right now because she's prepping for this show, and everybody's coming out of the woodwork to support her. No dick sucking in the library. That's a good rule of thumb, guys. It's a bummer because libraries are sexy places to sneak away. Am I right? Canada's back, baby. Oh, man. Okay. This is a great one. Why would she meet up with you if she wasn't open to fucking? When girls prep for a first meetup, a first date with you guys, we want you to win. We want you to be our last first date ever. If you can imagine this, and this is true even if girls say that they're not looking for anything. So never listen to her words if her actions don't match up. Her actions are shaving everything. Her actions are making sure that she looks fantastic. Her actions are taking 2 or 3 days to physically and mentally prepare for meeting you in person. So if you think for a moment that this girl does not also want you to win, she doesn't want you to fuck her, she doesn't want you to be the very last first fuck ever, you are absolutely wrong. If she's meeting up with you, she is open to the idea of fucking you. You cannot talk her out of it. And a lot of what guys do to talk girls out of it is what they don't do. They don't press a little bit harder than they're necessarily comfortable with. They don't assume that she's there for that purpose. They don't have the self-confidence, the strength, and the gumption to make things like that happen, to make moves happen, right? So one great way to be confident going into a date, into a first meetup with a girl, so that you can ensure that you don't talk her out of it. Number one, build your dating system. That is a book that Fort Worth put out, and it is phenomenal. If you have a plan in place, you will know how to act. You will predict the things that might come up, that might kind of cause hiccups, and you'll have a backup plan, and you'll have a backup plan to your backup plan. But you will have a plan, and you will utilize that plan for every first date or every first meetup. So if you need a system that works, if your system is unpredictable, or if you don't have a system already, Build Your Dating System by Worth Playboy is a great option. It is down in the description box below. So that link is down there. Grab it and live by it. It's truly a guidebook. If you are not confident in the bedroom, feel free to pick up Fuck Like a Porn Star or jump on my Fuck Like a Porn Star course. It is a 21-day, it's got videos. It is not safe for work, I can tell you that. It's got videos, it's got PDFs, it's daily emails for 21 days. You get a lot of me, you get 11 and a half hours of me. You get very descriptive photos, videos, everything is right there so that when you get in the bedroom, you are primed and ready for everything that comes your way, for you to have a fantastic time, and her. So she would not meet up with you if she were not down to fuck. Now, that's not to say that there aren't one date system girls and 2 date system girls, 3 date system girls. So a lot depends on kind of the type of girl you're trying to attract and the purpose. So just keep all of these things in mind, but all of this is also laid out in Fort Worth's Build Your Dating System. So pick that up if you're having 50% luck, awesome. This could take you to 60, 75, 80% success rate in closing from stranger to your bed. Not sure if she's interested, ask her. If she goes out with you, she's clearly interested. Guys, there are TikToks and videos and all this of women who are really just going out for a free meal. That is rare. That is much rarer than the internet wants you to believe, because it takes a lot of work, even to have a modicum of looking good, feeling good, and preparing yourself for meeting up with someone new, even if you're selfish enough to just be looking for a free meal. So it's a lot of effort for a little bit of reward. A meal is, even if it's a fancy meal, even if it's a nice meal, even if it's one night out, one dinner date, one drinks date, that's a very small reward for the amount of work that girls have to put in to get ready to go out. So if she's interested, the likelihood is, if she says yes, it's not because she just wants a free night out. It's that she wants you to win. Just keep that in mind. Oh, that's terrible. Ooh, the ones that make it look like there's something risque behind it always excite me, but that one's just false. one man's infinity stones or a girl's or another girl's butt plugs. Am I right? Oh, that's so funny. The funniest part about these memes to me are that anyone would be like picking these up and like touching them because, they've been an asshole. There's just something about that. It just seems so wrong. Oh my gosh. Even with all the pasta, pizza, and gelato here in Italy, he still hasn't seen an obese person. There's something to be said for, I promise not to get back on the obesity, the obesity soapbox I got on yesterday, but there's something to be said for being in more walkable communities, having a greater expectation for what looks feminine and what is masculine, and just, food there is an event. It's something that's more respected. It's something that is better enjoyed rather than American culture where we're shoveling just kind of whatever the stores will sell us, whatever fast food will sell us in our mouths at all times with no regard whatsoever to fuel. I would love to be there right now. That would be amazing. I mean, after I talk to you guys, of course. Ooh. No news stories. No news stories. This is hilarious. I'm craving Five Guys right now. I got four homies. What's up? I'm talking about the burger place. Sure you are, honey. Sure you are. That's pretty good. Billy Pratt puts out a lot of good stuff. He really does. Sometimes he's just sharing good stuff. Sometimes he's putting out like good original content. My favorite thing that he does is the Welcome to Hell stuff, where he's showing like current current like the shit shows of the universe girls who are posting things online, and his Welcome to Hell. If you don't follow Billy Pratt, I suggest you do so. That's awesome. You know, I know that all generations think that the generations that went before uh, were probably better and healthier. And, I mean, we certainly look to this generation in this picture of being much more feminine, much more masculine, harder, softer, you know, better boundaries, better um, just kind of each gender following their own path and coming together as the perfect, complete package, being married, staying married forever. But some of the same problems existed then that exist now. They just weren't quite as visible. They didn't have social media, so it was much less obvious when this kind of stuff happened. Um, so, I try really hard. I love the nuances. I love the um, kind of appreciation for detail of the photos that are lifted up from that time period. But at the same time, you have to be realistic, and you have to know that human nature is human nature. And there are a lot of things about the past that weren't any better than what we're dealing with now, unfortunately. It just wasn't nearly as documented. The shit shows weren't nearly as documented. When I was a pup, I had one toy, and it was a stick. That goes right in line with the old photograph, right? Like it's always, oh, you think you kids have it hard. Don't be this guy. Just don't be this guy. If you're if you're taking these kind of photos that aren't for your only for your personal use, you're not her boyfriend. You're her pimp, maybe. You're her girlfriend. You're her orbiter. You know, this is not behavior of indicative of a relationship where she respects him, unless the only caveat to that truly is that this picture is meant for him and whoever took this picture, just didn't know. But that is a rare occasion in the world of Instagram modeling and such. Yesterday I was coming home and I swear I was in the hallway behind a girl who, if I had talked to her, I was like, let me guess, you're a fitness influencer. She's dressed to the nines in like fitness wear, in the middle of the day, hair, makeup, like perfectly done. She's 19 years old. I mean, like everything about it just screamed, I stay at home and I make fitness influencer videos, and I have an email job. Respect. You got to do it while you can. I think, let's see. Okay, so this is really good. This is really good. Guy goes to Mexico to kill himself, spends a week doing coke and banging hookers, decides to keep living. This is like the sequel to that. What was that Vegas movie with Nicolas Cage and like Elizabeth Shue? Oh my gosh, what was it called? But he was like an alcoholic whose goal was to drink himself to death. That's like this. But then, and wasn't she a hooker in that movie? I can't imagine Elizabeth Shue as a hooker, but I think she was a hooker in that movie. It was a very hot movie. Decides to keep living. That's right. That's because he was doing it right. It's easier to date 3 girls than just one. Let's talk about this because even if you are looking for a girl to date, to have a girlfriend, or a girl to turn into a fiance, if you're looking for a wife, it's still easier to date 3 girls. Compare them across in real time, because if you're just dating one girl at a time, it's really easy to have like memories of how one girl behaved. It might have been a completely different time of your life that you're comparing this girl to. So whenever you're dating multiple girls, whether you think of it as running a rotation or whether you're just kind of like playing the field a little bit, if you're dating multiple girls at once, it's much easier to really pin down what you like and what you're looking for in a girlfriend or in a partner or in a wife. So you'll be able to see more what your true type is, what kind of girl works best with your lifestyle and with your future, and just kind of figure out what personalities blend best with you. So there are some girls who you enjoy being around, but it has to be in short clips. You could not be around her for longer than, let's say, a date or a meetup or, an evening together. But there are some girls that you could easily spend all day with and still have stuff to do and talk about and just enjoy each other's company. The vibe is better. Now, all that being said, I know I'm a girl. Girls need to believe in soulmates. Soulmates aren't real. Soulmates are a great way for girls to measure their feelings. But there's definitely girls that will vibe with you considerably better than others. So just because soulmates aren't real, just because soulmates are Hollywood, does not mean that there aren't girls who will match with you better, both in their personalities, in their ways of being, in their sexual enthusiasm for you, in their agreeableness, in just the way that they fit naturally into your life, and in their attractiveness, in how they measure up to the type of girl who you are most attracted to. So soulmates are Hollywood, but there are still girls that you are going to be more naturally drawn to and enjoy building more relationship kind of experiences with. So this is why, like in this tweet, where it says, be sure and date multiple girls at once, because then you can compare better in real time different kinds of women. And don't be afraid to, as some drop off, some are going to, get in the picture. Keep the rotation kind of with fresh meat until you find a girl, if you so choose, to settle down with, and to build more relationship with. Okay, so there are always fuck buddies, there are always friends with benefits, and then there are the girlfriend candidates. They're the ones that you're actually considering if you need a date for an event, if you are thinking about dating just one girl, if you are starting to feel like the pull of having a more serious relationship, thinking about marriage, things of that nature. But no matter which way you swing it, it's always going to be better to date multiple women at one time. This is so wrong. I've seen this video come across so many times. Shoving that dildo in his mouth. Terrible. I don't know how you recover from that. Let's cleanse our brains now with this one, because this one is funny. This teacher, there's a cat drawing. I don't know if you can see the full thing. It's a cat drawing, but then when she erases the cat and all the other board art, there's just a dick left on the whiteboard in like more permanent ink. So there's just a penis on the board behind her. Gotta love that junior high humor, right? Oh my gosh. All right, guys. If you are loving our content, we appreciate you tuning in so much. At 10 a.m. today, we've got the Morning Hustle with Fort Worth and Bunny. We've got lots of great things that we are going to talk about today, and it's just going to be a great show. It's always been a good show. We like to talk about more newsworthy stuff. We like to talk about kind of what the hot topics are going on right now. And it's just fun because there are two of us. We can really bounce things off of one another and get kind of both sides of the take. So it's a really good place to be. You can watch it live at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on this YouTube channel, or after the fact. We'll also post it after the fact. So if you can't tune in live, if Thursday at 10 a.m. is not a great time for you because maybe you actually have to work, we respect that. So watch live, join the conversation, or watch after the fact, and we hope you will join us there. Also, if you are not already on my email list, I love to be in communication with you. I am really pushing to email every day because it keeps us in best communication. So if you're not already on my email list, I would appreciate it if you would be. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I want you to focus today on 3 things. Go lift heavy weights, have incredible sex, and be productive. Those are the keys to a winning day. And in all things, I want you to win. Bye. Oh, I love it. So much fun.